All right, we're here, guys. We got him, Riley.
Yes, we did.
So we got Super 32 champion, 3-time Super 32 finalist, a Fargo freestyle champion, a Fargo Greco champion, a Powerade champion, NHSCA champion, and a 2-time PA State AA champion. There's a lot more achievements, but that's just to name a few. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Mason Gibson.
Yes, sir. Yes,
How we
sir.
doing?
How you doing, bud?
Jesus.
Doing good.
First off, what's up with the glasses?
So I fell asleep with them on, and I woke up, and the one side was just off.
Oh shit! Remember that one time in high school, Riley? You slapped me from the backhand and you broke my glass. Anyways, so it's also funny too because you wanna know how me and him freaking met? Literally, we were watching football. It was Ravens and Steelers. I was just laying down on your couch, and your buddy was outside. He just walks in the door. I thought it was him. But Mason walks in the door. He's in your bedroom. I'm like, I thought your house was getting robbed for a second. But then I turned. I'm like, oh, it's just Mason.
I didn't know he had people over.
Yeah.
I just walked right in.
Yeah. It'll be all right. But anyways, thanks for joining us, Mason.
Yes,
really
sir.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. First off, let's just talk. Let's just go way back. What made you want to get into the whole wrestling scene? Like, let's go back to when you first decided. Hey, I want to be a wrestler. Just take us to back then to where you are now.
It probably started. My dad, my grandfather wrestled, and my dad wrestled when he was younger. And my dad was big in Muay Thai and karate and jiu-jitsu. So when I was younger, I did all that with him. And then we just started wrestling, and I don't know, I just fell in love with it ever since I was
And didn't
5.
the compound start in your backyard pretty much?
At the very beginning, me, Bo, it was my Uncle Bill, my dad, Bo, Keegan, me, Eric, and Melvin. We all did little workouts in our garage, in my garage. We would do we had weights in our garage, and we would run up a hill, stuff like that. And then we moved to the Bassett's house, their backyard, and then we also had the dojo down in South Fork. We were there for a little
Cambria
bit.
Martial Arts or whatever it was.
Yep, we were down there for a little bit, and then we went to Votech, and now we're down in East Carmel. So.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how that whole the compound side. You said the other one was the
Where Flood City is now.
Okay.
Yes, yep. That's where our last location was. We just moved down to East Carmel. So.
Okay.
You know where 7th Ward and stuff is in East Carmel?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it's right by there.
I got you.
But you are also, if I'm not mistaken, you are a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, aren't you? Or you're higher?
2nd degree blue belt. Yes.
Second degree blue belt.
That's what I thought. So what does your day look like, day in and day out with all this
Well, so the summer schedule started. So every day we have 3 workouts in the morning: wrestling, lift, wrestling, and then I'll go home. And I also started work, so I work 1 to 5, and then Monday and Wednesday we have live nights. So we'll do all 3 practices in the morning, be done by 12. Rest or whatever, but I'll go to work 1 to 5, and then my work's right there, so I'll be heading right back down at 6 for practices on Monday and Wednesday. And weekends, we don't really know about the weekends. It's kind of if we don't have tournaments or stuff like that, if we're not traveling, we'll do workouts on Sunday, but Saturdays are a rest day. So, and we're still waiting for the schedule for tomorrow.
So I looked up on the Tribune Democrat. You did your interview on there. You said one of your most admirable athletes was David Taylor, right?
Right. Yeah.
So what made you? What about him makes you want to, say he's one of your most one?
So I was when I was committed to Penn State for a little bit. When I was younger, we'd always go to Penn State matches and stuff, and he was just one of the wrestlers we'd love to watch. And then I started, and I went to Young Guns for a little bit, and then when coming to high school, I moved into M2, which is David Taylor's training club. So just as the years went on, we just got closer and closer, and I always just loved watching him wrestle and train. And he's always working hard. He loves his athletes, and he's always just wanting the best for everybody. And he just does great at whatever he does. So.
What made you flip from Penn State to Rutgers, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I guess we'll just jump right into that real quick. I mean, you originally committed November 23 of last year, and then April comes around, you decommitted, and then you shortly went to the Rutgers, but you're staying in the Big Ten. So, I mean, just tell us about that whole process around that. What made you turn around from going to Happy Valley to Scarlet Valley?
That's a good question. everybody's asked me this a lot, and I really don't have an answer. It's just kind of like, so you get official visits like when you first are allowed to like recruit and stuff, and I didn't take any. I jumped right into Cornell, and then I decommitted when Eric decommitted, and we went to Penn State, and I never took a visit there or anything. And then like, Eric went up there for college, blah blah blah. So then I kind of was like, do I really want to do this? Like I've never been there yet, stuff like that. So I just like decommitted. And we just took a visit, and Rutgers were like kind of like on us, and they're like, "You want to come out for a visit?" So we went out for a visit, and Rutgers, man, they're better than what most people don't think, man. Like there's a lot there. They take care of their guys and stuff like that. So it was just a great visit overall, and it really caught my eye. So
Yeah, definitely. I asked Riley that for a second about the Cornell thing, because I did see something about back in 2022 you verbally committed to Cornell. So you want to explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, I kind of just did that.
Was it like family stuff like that?
Yeah, Eric was there, and I was kind of like, it's kind of cool. So, and back then I didn't really think, I was 15, 16, so I just committed with Eric. Went down there for a little bit, and then called the coach and said I'll commit. But that was kind of like the wrong thing to do. You know what I mean? You got to take your visits, stuff like that. Don't just jump right into something. So.
What would you say to like kids younger than you that are like looking up to you and stuff?
Just love it. Don't stress about something you love doing. Don't get nervous. You know what I mean? Just work hard, stay at it. There's gonna be times where you're in fall down. I've been down before. I've been through injuries, but there's a quote that one of my good friends' dad says to me all the time. It's your best days are always ahead of you. So one day might feel bad, but the next day or day after that, it'll eventually be there, and you'll be happy, and you'll be doing whatever you want to do. So,
when you were committed to Penn State, you were at that the tournament in Pittsburgh. I forget what it was called.
Pittsburgh Classic.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Who did you wrestle in that? Because I'm pretty sure he was like the number 2 ranked kid in the.
No, his name was Adrian Meza. He's been great. He's a Fargo champ, stuff like that. He's always been dominating the scene. I think he was ranked 6th, but like our weight class is like crazy loaded.
Yeah.
So some kids would go from like 15 to 3 to like 10. Like it's always jumping up and down. There's really no like set ranking, but he's a beast. But it was just a great match overall. I loved wrestling the kid because he wasn't scared to do anything. We're just letting it fly. So.
Yeah, because you had, 5 seconds left on the clock, and then you did what you do, and you pulled that out.
Yeah, I didn't want to go into overtime. I had trouble with overtimes the last couple of times I've been in overtime, so I was like, there's no way I'm going to overtime. So kind of just started just doing random things, pushing the page, jumping over him and stuff, so it worked.
See, I saw you wrestle that one time at McCourt, and you did, like, a backflip in the middle of the match. Do you remember that?
Now I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, like.
Oh yeah, I just throw things out there.
But question for you, what is like? I've never been to a Forest Hills match except for when I wrestled. What is the experience like with McCourt different, like the atmosphere of the wrestling compared to Forest Hills and any other place you went to? Because you guys do what other schools would do for like basketball and stuff for wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, we're a smaller school, so we're a lot closer. Like there's some big schools, like there's just a lot of kids, athletes who aren't close with some of the other kids. But these athletes and everybody, they're close, and we haven't been able to wrestle. We weren't wrestled for like 2 years because we were on.
Yeah.
So people were like, kind of like, man, I really want to see what this wrestling is. And they all came for one match we let it wrestle. And they're like, it's kind of cool. So then we kind of got everybody to go to the one match at Forest Hills, and it kind of lit the room up. And
yeah, that Forest Hills match was completely, like, I've never seen a match like that. And that energy in there was tense. You could feel it.
Oh yeah, and then
you
after
thrive
that,
off that though too. Everyone there does.
I mean, it's a great feeling. You got your friends and family there cheering. Some people you don't even know are there, So it's a great feeling. I know when I was wrestling, I just love the energy. People screaming. You got the music playing.
Yeah.
The lights on you, but after that, everybody's like, yeah, we gotta go back to another one. So.
I mean,
and
you
like,
said. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. And like, but wrestlers, we go watch basketball players, baseball players, football players. Just like we can all just kind of support each other. So it's a great environment to be around, a great support system.
And I mean, you said about, like the energy, like the music playing in the high school gyms. Now you're going up to the college, arenas and stuff. I mean,
Right.
how excited are you, to jump from that energy and stuff like that?
I'm excited. Hopefully I can make some noise my first year going down there and then keep it on. I like to wrestle wild, stuff like that. So hopefully I can get them on board with my wildness and they love it. But I'm just ready to go down there and take over. So.
Now I have a question just because I want to know, out of all of the stuff you've achieved, what was your favorite, title you had or have? Because you wrestled a lot.
I mean, my favorite would probably be the Super 32 title, but, my most memorable and, the most, meaning is probably my Greco Fargo title because that same year I was, ranked number 3 or 2, and I went to Fargo, and, the day before that was freestyle. And I lost in freestyle in the semis. I was winning and I lost. So then I kind of had to battle back 13, 14 matches to win the Fargo title. And most people were like, you might be done. That's when I was hurt a little bit. And they're like,
yeah.
So I was kind of like, I can't end this. I can't end a loss. So I just jumped right into Greco, made weight, and just won it. Every match was close. Greco is not easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the difference between freestyle, Greco-Roman, and what's the other one?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
Folk style.
Folk style.
The people out there, the kids, or even you for the adults or something like that who just want to get into it. About
folk style is what originally
about
high school wrestling is, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Folk style is what Americans do, just for high school. Many other countries, they don't do folk style. They have their own type of folk style, but folk style we do in the United States. Nobody else does it. But it's kind of just the rules. Greco, you can't touch the legs. You just got to throw. You can go behind, but, no legs at all. It's nothing from the hip down. Freestyle,
Everything's pretty much.
it's pretty much the same, but you can't expose yourself because, you get exposure points, So for turning a guy, exposing their back, stuff like that. And you got to stay in bounds because you get push-out points in freestyle. So it kind of, makes you wrestle more in the center, stuff like that. So freestyle is probably the number one style to that would really push you, you know what I mean?
And it is freestyle season currently, isn't it?
It is, yep. And I mean, we've been doing freestyle. I know they do at the 5 a.m.'s Freestyle Friday, so we kind of never stopped with freestyle. So.
Yeah.
Is there any type of wrestling or anything out there would you say is the hardest one to do, or what would you say?
Freestyle, in my
Freestyle,
opinion.
probably. I don't know.
That depends on the person, really. For me, it's Greco, just because.
You're just a limited amount you can't
Right. I don't really focus on Greco as much anymore. There's people out there. I know I have a friend named Ned Kaufman, and he loves Greco, and Greco is very easy for him, and he just loves it. It's kind of it would be folk style for me, and then Greco for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, I think it's freestyle. Many people think I'm better at freestyle than I am any style, so I'd say freestyle for me.
And something else, though, what pushed you to become the athlete you were? I know Billy and Jack and Johnny, all that, excluding them because they were a big part of it, still are. But what made you different from everyone?
That's a good question. I don't know. I just love it. I go in the wrestling room every day, and it puts a smile on my face. And, life's about being happy. So when I'm in there, I'm happy. I love it. I enjoy it. So there's nothing better than, people think wrestling's hard. They don't want to do it. But I enjoy it. I love the...
Yeah, because you've been doing it since you were, 4 years old?
Yeah, since I was young, 4 or 5, yeah. And I don't know. It's just something I love doing. So I just go in there every day with a smile on my face and just can't wait to get better. So.
What motivates you to become better, though, too?
My goals? I have high goals. So,
There's nothing wrong with that.
Olympic champion, world champion, eventually probably go in UFC champion, stuff like that. So those
You're actually thinking about that, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I also saw that in your Tribute Democrat interview. You mentioned a 4-time NCAA champion, a world champion, an Olympic champion, and is your future goals. I do feel if anyone can do it, it will be you. So, but you also brought up the UFC championship.
Anyone in this family can do it.
I feel yeah, definitely.
It's because you got Bo, all of them.
Right. Yeah, these goals they keep me going. Because, you set a low goal, there's not much to really look forward to.
I know you have, steps to goals. You get to one, there's one. right ahead.
Because we get the one goal, there's other goals, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
the sky's the limit, so you just got to keep pushing and keep setting these standards high. So.
UFC have their eyes on you yet? Or I know they got their eyes on Bo.
Oh, that's been known. Did you know
Yeah.
about that?
What?
The UFC did an interview with Bo.
Oh, yeah, I know that, yeah.
Yeah.
That blew my mind because it came out and I'm like, wait, what?
What was that?
Fight Pass.
Yes, Fight Pass, yep.
Yeah. But they don't have their eyes on you yet or looking at you. They have to, I think.
No, yeah, I haven't.
I'm sure if you go, I'm sure once
It's
you get
probably going to happen.
I'm
after
sure once you get
college.
into college and get your feet underneath you, they'll definitely have tabs because,
Right.
coming from like a successful family from like him and you coming up, and I'm sure, even you, Riley, on the way, I'm sure, it's going to be a hell of a lot of people coming up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but, is there anything besides wrestling, other sports you're just into, if any, and if so, how do you do in those? But if not, is it just wrestling or is there anything else on board?
I just wrestle. But, like, when I was younger, not junior high, probably, like, 5th, 6th grade, I did, like, a Lower Highlands, like, League of Football.
Yeah.
LHAC. And, my brothers did baseball, my sisters do softball, so, like, those sports are in the family. But, I watch, like, when they're on, I watch football, I watch basketball. Like, this year, our basketball team, they did pretty good. I thought basketball was very enjoying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was cool. So, but yeah, I don't do anything other than wrestle. If it's any other sport, I watch it, but I won't really do it.
Who's your favorite, like, football team and basketball team, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't know. I don't have one. I don't watch it enough to
Fair.
really.
Say like on like off day. Are you good with that answer? All right. We'll say like any other like say like you have like off days or something like that. How often do you guys like you go out to like wrestling matches and just watch them? Like no matter if it's like high school or college, professional. Like how often you like go out and do that? Like to just explore, look, and like maybe like take notes. You would say for like example,
Right. I mean, on our off days, really, or like when we get a chance, we will really take a good chance of trying to like go to like Ohio State or like a Penn State or like a match right in our backyard. Like I know when it was college season, I was out at Penn State 3-4 times when I had the chance just to watch some wrestling. Just go in there, take some notes, and just always looking to get better. I know the Bassett's went, McMullins went, my family went, so we always put those days in there where like we go watch wrestling and just always looking to get better. So
you did make some visits out to Rutgers, right? Or
yes, I did.
You
yep.
went out, what, a month ago or so?
Yes, I went about a month ago. Yep.
That's out in, what, New Jersey?
Yeah, New Jersey.
New Jersey. Yep. New Brunswick.
That's a drive.
I was wondering where that was. I always knew the team Rutgers. I'm like,
So is there any school, like, with you going in your freshman year at college, like, that you're eager to face? I'm assuming it's going to be, like, Penn State, Ohio State, something like that.
Probably Penn State. No hate to them at all. I love them. They're number one team in the country for a reason. But I always want to wrestle the best, and I know they have the best kids on their team. So if I want to become the best, I got to beat the best. So I'm training just to wrestle those guys. So.
Tell us about, you also mentioned Mark Anthony McGowan from Princeton.
Yeah,
you want to tell us about that? You want to tell us about that match when you two competed?
We competed a lot. We go way back to like 7th grade. I remember it was the Super 2 finals in junior high. It was a good match. It was like 3-3, but he won. He won an ultimate tiebreaker with like 2 seconds left, and then the year, I think it was the year after that, we wrestled at Vacdol's, and I was winning, and then he came back from behind and beat me again, and I was so mad. And then I forget. Oh, and then I think it was 2022. We went to New Jersey for like a super duel. It was me versus Mark Anthony, and it was a great match. It was back and forth, and I got the takedown with like 5 seconds left and got the dub. And then we wrestled at Ironman also, and we had like a crazy match there. It went to ultimate tiebreaker again, but like we've just always had like crazy fun matches to watch. So he's just always been a guy I like wrestling, and people just love watching the matches. So.
When did the offers start rolling in for you for college? What would you say? When did they start rolling in, and how many offers did you think you had on the table?
Well, when I was a sophomore, June 15th, Cornell called right away, 201. So I didn't know. That was kind of like my fault. I committed right away, so all the offers kind of just went right out the window. And once they saw I committed, they kind of just stopped calling, stopped texting. So it was kind of weird. I didn't really get as many as people thought just because I committed so early. But that's just one mistake I probably think I shouldn't have done was commit 1 minute into the thing. So,
is there any other schools that like we don't know about that were on the table?
When I decommitted from Penn State, I know Ohio State and Michigan really wanted me to come up and check them out. But no, other than that, it was kind of like the normal schools. You know what I mean? So Big Ten, yeah. Lehigh wanted me. I remember. I don't know if you know, but the school American down in D.C. So
Lehigh, isn't there a wrestler that's really good out of Lehigh?
I think so.
That just won NCAA or something.
He got third. I think it was Ryan Crookham.
That might be who I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
because I know where Lehigh is. That's like a little bit outside of Philly.
Yeah.
But that's just a name that has never really been like tossed around.
Yeah, he did good this season. He had 2 wins over Vito Ruggiero, returning NCAA champ. He won Worlds, so. But he was a PA kid. He won 3 state titles. So.
Now, I got to ask you about this because I personally know it. How is PA wrestling different from any other state?
We just scrap. We scrap harder than I think most states, and we just put a lot of work in, and it's just we're tough. You know what I mean? There's a lot of other states that are tough too, like California, New Jersey. They're tough, but like we just
see, like out of all the articles I read, it's everyone saying Pennsylvania is like you wrestled someone from Pennsylvania, you're in for a fight. And I mean,
oh for sure.
I've watched all you guys on Flair Wrestling and stuff, and I mean, if they're not from one of the bigger states, you guys absolutely just destroy them pretty much. I mean,
yeah, it's kind of how it goes. But there's some kids that are just like the one in the Blue Moons, like from some of the smaller states that just come out of nowhere. And
isn't there a good kid? Bo wrestled him. Isn't he from like Arizona or something? He wrestled him at like Who's Number One or something.
California, Daniel Zepeda. They have a good team, Glory High School. So like they're kind of like us. So like.
And McCord is now, I think, ranked what, 3rd in the country now, for.
I don't know. I think we might be top 10, but I don't know. Yeah, we still.
Because in the state, you guys are what, technically 2nd.
Yeah, we got humbled by Faith Christian, so that piece of humble pie.
I watched that, and I mean,
didn't go. I mean, obviously we thought we could beat them. We never go into a match thinking we can lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and then they just started racking up the points, and we're like, yeah.
And then on top of it, we're gonna get into more high school. Who's coming up next year from McCord? I know Keegan is.
Keegan.
And then there's a good heavyweight coming up, isn't there?
I mean, we have Caleb Rodriguez. He's our big heavyweight right now. We'll have Eli Herring, Keegan Bassett, Austin Carfley. They'll all be coming up, so that's good for our lightweights because we need we need to spread out. We need people to get bigger.
Yeah, so. Because I think that honestly, from what I saw on the roster, there's like maybe 2 holes in there. It was the light class. 107, 106.
Yep.
And then, what was that other one? It was not heavyweight. It was right under it.
215.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just need some guys to get bigger and some of our smaller guys to jump up so we can get the lighter guys on there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we made it work last year. We only give up like 1 forfeit. Sometimes, but we made it work. We always.
And I mean, McCord's going to be dominant for years to come. I mean, next year, aren't you guys going to Faith Christian to wrestle them again? Well, not you guys, but McCord. I think they are.
Well, McCord, I know they have a match with Sem, Wyoming Sem. They're coming here.
Okay.
They're coming here. We'll wrestle at the compound.
For some reason, they're wrestling at the compound.
That's what I've heard. I've just heard some details about it, but it should be a good one.
Because for some reason I thought it was Faith Christian, but I mean, I know everyone's eager to get that loss back.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, we lost as a team, but we probably had more head-to-head wins at states and stuff like that.
Oh, hands down, you guys did, because like I said, I watched on Flow States and stuff.
I mean, Devin got it. I mean, not Devin. Melvin got his win back. Lincoln got his win back. So
And Melvin, he was jacked up, or well, he was.
Yeah, he hurt his knee before he hurt it in the quarters, and then he had to face the Faith Christian kid he lost to in the finals, and he got taken down with like 10 seconds left. So
I will say this about McCourt: you guys are aggressive. You guys control the pace, hands down, all the time.
oh yeah.
You mind if I jump back up to college real quick?
Go right ahead.
So you said if you're wrestling someone from PA, you're in for a dogfight. You said there's tough guys from like New Jersey, California. So I mean, you're going from Pennsylvania, you're going to New Jersey now. You think you're ready for that challenge?
For sure, of course. I think there's a lot of PA guys that are going to New Jersey from my class. So I just know like this New Jersey mindset and PA mindset, we're gonna come together, and it's gonna be very good. Rutgers, we have a great team, and I just know we both will be ready. New Jersey, the New Jersey kids, the PA kids will be ready to scrap with each other and just make each other better and just keep our mindsets going. So.
Now, in case Rutgers, I'm sure Rutgers knows exactly what they're getting, but in case they don't know, is there other things that they may not know that you're going to be bringing to the table this year and forever?
No, I'm pretty sure they know everything. I'm not hard to figure out. I'm just crazy. Love wrestling wild. I'll bring everything to the table. I'll throw everything I have at you, and I won't stop wrestling. So I don't think I've ever like really looked at the clock to see how much time was left or what was on the clock. I just wrestle until I hear the whistle.
So what like going like up college and later down the road, what will like you sit back and what will like make you sit back and say like I made it? Like what point in your life do you think you'll just sit back and say like, man, I truly did it?
Probably when I go down there and not being cocky, but goal is to win an NCAA title. So when I win that, I finally be like, I've been through all these knee injuries, been out for 2.5 years. I'm having some ups and downs. So once I get that goal out of the way, I'll finally be like, I'm back. I feel good. I'm glad to be back here. So I did it, and I'll just keep doing it.
So I'm looking ahead towards after. What are your goals after college? I know you said like UFC is a big one for you.
UFC, obviously start a family. Be the best dad, best husband. But UFC, keep wrestling. Internationally, Olympics, Worlds, just really till I can't go no more. So
see, I know me and you both go to Flood City, Johnny. Shout out Flood City and Johnny, love you. But what would you go to Johnny for your training or?
Yeah, I mean I go there all the time. Like UFC, me and my dad, we always think about it, and he's the number one guy I'll go to for training. So. He's been through it all. So
have you ever seen that UFC gym down in Pittsburgh?
See, no. I heard that ain't what everyone think it is.
I've passed by it a few times, but I just never
no hate to UFC or anything by this, but like from what I've heard, it's like if you don't know what you're doing going in there, you're kind of just wasting.
Yeah.
Because like American Top Team, I think you go or no, that's Johnny that goes up there.
Yeah, he goes up there.
Because Marcel Ferreira, sorry if I butchered your name, Marcel Ferreira, or Ferreira.
Marcel, yep.
He's probably one of the top jiu-jitsu guys to learn from. And Johnny, if I'm not mistaken, he's a second-degree black belt?
Yes, yep.
And David, if you ever walk in that room, the stuff this man has achieved is definitely, like, up there with what he has. He's definitely... Yeah. Because in spirit, though, you're technically, through Johnny, you're learning through Marcel.
Yeah. I mean, he goes... When I was up at M2, training with Taylor and his crew, Marcel and, like, American Top Team, they're right there beside us. So it's like...
They're up at Happy Valley.
They're in the same parking lot. Like, ATT and M2 are in the same, like, parking lot. So when I would train at M2, my dad would go early... go over there early and just train with them, and then he would stay there for like 4 hours while we're wrestling and training with him, like every other day. So,
do you have any interest in doing like jiu-jitsu tournaments after you're out of high school? Like do what Johnny does and.
I mean, when I was younger, I always did jiu-jitsu. But like I feel like I'd be more of a UFC guy. But like I'll do super fights if I ever get asked to. Like how RBY did that one super fight against.
Yeah, did I tell you Malcolm has a fight? He's. June 29th. Out in
Monroeville.
Monroeville.
Yeah.
He's on 247.
I've been to one of theirs before. I've been.
I want to.
Is that his debut fight?
Yeah.
And he's how old?
28, 29.
Jeez.
But no, I'm definitely gonna go see that just because it's Malcolm
If-
and stuff, and I've known
If
him.
I'm off, I'll definitely. Like, I really never got into like wrestling that all much, but I mean, I think I might start getting into it now, like with you, and then.
It's
once your family
honestly, if you want to watch good kids wrestle, McCourt, or just look up anyone from the compound, because those are the only ones I really know, except for like the couple that have popped up that caught my eye.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's fun to watch, and like the atmosphere in a McCourt match, it. Like, when I wrestled at Richland, it was nothing like that. Like, you guys walking out to your own music and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that atmosphere, David, it's like the atmosphere at football
Yeah.
games when we were in, like, not states, but,
Yeah.
Laurel Highlands and all that.
Yeah.
Like, it's up there.
Speaking of music, you have like a walk-up song in mind?
I do King of Kings, Triple H's walkout song.
Oh,
That makes sense.
that's a good one.
Just because, like,
King
at Fargo.
King of Kings are not out of the game.
When I Fargo, I got the nickname King Gibby, and I'd always just find things that would relate to a king or something.
Yeah.
And that song, I watched WWE my whole life, and that was kind of perfect. So.
I got into that at the wrong time because I like Roman Reigns, and I fell off after he was like...
As soon as John Cena and the Fruity Pebble left, I'm like, yeah.
Well, my thing with it was Roman Reigns was just winning and winning and like I knew the
Yeah.
result. I watched the last WrestleMania and I'm like, I really wasn't expecting
I was
that.
happy for Cody Rhodes. That was awesome.
I like Roman Reigns just because.
Yeah.
But honestly, since you brought up UFC, who's your favorite fighter, like all time, or just even currently?
I know like most people say, but like I'm just a big McGregor fan.
Yeah, it's his personality. A lot of people don't like him. I personally love him. I can't wait for that.
I forget his name too. I also like him.
What division? Because I could probably tell you.
I don't know. I watch like clips of him and stuff like that. He's kind of like skinny, lean, built. Black.
Israel Adesanya.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
him. I actually got posters coming of like his quotes and stuff.
Yeah.
I got that, McGregor and Jones, but
No, those are just probably my top two. So
who's your like going back whenever? Who's like in your opinion the greatest to do it? Personally, mine's Jones because of everything.
John Jones.
As long as John Jones is in the UFC, I don't think that pound for pound means anything. You know
No
what I mean?
one's gonna catch Jones.
No.
Ain't no way.
And they're saying Islam Makhachev's like next up there when Jones is gone, but like at the same time, it's like as long as Jones is still in the UFC, I feel like that pound for pound shouldn't even be a thing. You know what I mean? Because he has one loss, but that
It was over.
That was an elbow.
Yeah, it was a lead 6-12 elbow, and I'm just like, really?
But it was Steve Mazzagatti who called the fight, so I mean, we're not really surprised.
And
about
even
that.
the dude who he lost to is like, Jones won that fight hands down.
Yeah. So.
But is there anyone you'd like to go see live fight? Because I personally, I don't see McGregor coming after.
I'd see anybody in UFC at a live fight. You know what I mean?
I'm waiting for one to come back to Pittsburgh because
that was a fight night.
that was Donald Cerrone that was on that card.
That was a couple years ago. That was a Cowboy versus Cowboy pay-per-view.
Yeah,
I remember seeing the advertisements on TV, like the commercials when I was little. I'm like, huh.
I would have liked to go to 302.
That would have been nice in New Jersey. But no, I think the last time Luke Rockhold was there, he was the main event. He was taking on David Branch. Usman was there. Uriah Hall was there.
See, I don't know. Do you know who Uriah Hall is?
No.
He
If I saw him, I would.
His whole career changed. He kicked someone really bad, and he put him into a seizure, and Uriah Hall was going to be the next UFC champion. He was never the same after that. Like, that kick was rough.
And Mike Perry was also at that card, too.
I forgot all about
Alex
him.
Reyes. He took on Alex Reyes. Anthony Smith was on the card. Usman, Sergio Morales.
But back to you, though. Like, what are your goals, like, for college, like, other than NCAA champ? Like, are you going to try to get involved in Worlds when you have, well, obviously you have your footing now, but...
College, just dominate. have a great season, undefeated season. Win Big Tens, win 4 NCAA titles. So that's really all you can do, is win the 4-time Big Ten and 4-time NCAA champions. So.
That's. If anyone's can't do it as a freshman, it's you for sure.
That's the plan.
We're gonna stay away from Bellator if we can.
Oh.
Man. Well, no, it's Bellator and PFL now. So.
Yeah. Because the only one I know is Cody Law, and I know.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to tell people? Listen, because I feel like this is gonna get a bunch of attention just because it's you, for the most part. I know you got a big fan base for sure.
No, I don't got anything else to say. We kind of covered everything, and anything I would say, I already said it. So. But,
No, I know I asked this, but what would you tell people that are trying to get their dreams to where you are and stuff?
Just don't give up. Just keep going. You can't win if you don't fail. You know what I mean? I've failed so many times, but that's the motivation I needed to, win Super 32 and win Fargo and Powerade and stuff like that. So, just don't give up. Failing,
Makes you better.
it's gonna happen no matter what. So don't expect not to fail. You can't. That's unrealistic. So, you fail. It just means it's the process. Just trust the process, and progress will be made every day.
So one last question for you. When is Rutgers facing Penn State, and is it gonna be at Penn State? Do you know any of that yet, or no?
I don't know anything about the schedule, so I mean, once I get that information, I'll definitely let you know.
Because if I'm definitely going up for Rutgers,
We'll definitely have to keep our eye on the schedule at least.
yeah,
So.
because you've been to Penn State matches. What's the atmosphere like up there? I've seen it on video, but
it's crazy. It's crazy.
I feel like if you're going to Penn State, you're going to a sports event, no matter if it's wrestling, even football.
Because Alabama for the atmosphere is number one just for the atmosphere because of that. I feel like Penn State's pretty damn close to that.
Yeah, I mean the atmosphere. The matches I've always gone to were insane. It's just the mascots out there flipping, during halftime, and people screaming and cheering, and
the marching bands and stuff like that.
Yes, the marching band's always there. You got the student section going crazy. You got what's that? I forget. I was about to say it. You got people chanting the "We Are," then everybody says Penn State. So, but it's crazy.
Well,
that was definitely fun. This was fun. Thank you so much for coming on. That was actually really... It definitely kicked off our interviews really well.
yeah, it did, because...
I didn't think we'd get it this long in, but I mean, hey.
Yeah.
Glad we did.
That was a good 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you
No
so
problem.
much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good luck to you.
You'll probably be on more and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, especially when you start college and all that, when you're in.
So at the end, thanks for coming on. Appreciate your time. Good luck to you in college. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on you. So.
And I'm probably going to get into college wrestling more because, well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you're there and stuff. Because, I don't really follow high school right now because of just the people I know. Because I really don't personally know anyone in college other than Eric.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, thanks, Mason. We appreciate you. Good luck. And, I'm sure we'll definitely have you on. So.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Thank you.
Yep.